You're up, Commissioner.
All right, Board of County Commissioners are back in session. We're going into 2019 tax deed hearings. Looks like we have a few people that have come in and paid. I'd like to go ahead and read the parcel number and say what's happened with them.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Let's see, our first one will be parcel number RPCPP 063305 in the name of Ibrahim Abded and Salam Sayed. I don't know if I said that correctly. And so he's here, and so I think he'd like to say a few words.
Okay. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Ibrahim Ibed.
Go ahead and sit down so it's on the mic. You are being recorded and videoed.
Thank you. My name is Ibrahim Ibed, and I live in Emmett, Idaho, and I own the property in Garrett Way, number 22. The one is across the street from the Westwood Mall. And we have a really hard time. I have the property for sale for the past 3 years. We couldn't get it to sell, and I couldn't find really help to work. Right now I live in Social Security, but I still owe money in the property, and I try to cover the money for the property. And also sometimes I get help from all the way from Egypt, from my family. They send me money. Still is not enough for all because all what I get from Social Security is $1,650, and that's not enough for all my bills. That's just the bill I still pay for the property is there used to be $1,400. The gentleman $1,400. The gentleman, he owned the property. He reduced it down to $750 because he knows, and I was in time and everything. But we have the restaurant closed for the past 3 years. We have a really hard time, and we try to sell it. And if we not, I am actually now. I used to work also with the military for 5 years, but right now I'm in Social Security. But if I have to, I'm gonna have to try to open it or whatever and try to do something. And I try hard to pay the tax, but and the tax also is small. But with the interest and all this stuff, wrap it up, it's getting too much money. I can't even be able to get it somewhere, and I need your help.
Okay. Questions, comments? This is what's old right now. This is the old Dairy Queen.
So what is, Mr. Chair, what has changed in your situation since you purchased the property 4 years ago?
What is changed is I get sick. I get just post-traumatic stress, and I get sick, and I couldn't do what I used to do.
And what was it that you used to do that
I leased the property to people, and I sell it to people, but then after this they couldn't pay the bill. Either I have to take the property back, or I have to just let the property go. Then I end up with the property back after they didn't pay all what they have to pay.
Okay.
So you actually own the property right now?
Yes.
Correct, free and clear?
Yes, and also when I registered the property, I registered my uncle as a corporate for the business. Somehow they registered here as owner of the property too. They registered like 30% of the property he owned it, and he doesn't own even 1%. I was trying to register him as just as a part owner of the business, not of the property. And they did a mistake here. They registered as part owner with 30% of the property. I try to also clear that because my uncle is like 85 years old. He's totally crippled. You have to take him to the bathroom, and you have to get him out of the bathroom. You have to, and I don't know how to solve these problems too.
Okay, so just looking at the paperwork here, right now, from 2019, you owe $4,227.
Correct.
That's what we're talking about right now, but behind that, you also owe enough so that your total due is $13,482.
Correct.
So what can you do, and what are you asking of us so that you can pay your taxes?
If, for example, I just ask my family to send me $2,000, and they did. If I open the phone, I can show you, they send it with Western Union, and I can pay the $2,000 now. And if you take the tax off, the interest off and stuff like that, and I can start from now, like every month paying $1,000 just to get the problem solved, or $500, if it's possible. I can every month pay $500 just for the rest of the time, but you have to get this amount down, because I can't afford that much.
Well, and I understand that, but if we take things away from you and makes that you don't have to pay, that means other taxpayers in Bannock County are paying for your taxes. That's the way it ends up. And so we take this very, very seriously,
I understand.
because it puts a burden on other people.
I understand.
This is a commercial property.
And he has had it up for sale. He's trying to sell it.
And I verified that with a realtor, that his previous realtor, and I've talked to him several times too.
Is it just the price is too high, or
Not really. Not really.
are you getting offers?
I've been paying more than what I asked for. I paid more than what I asked for.
Yeah, and markets change, sometimes that happens.
I know.
Yeah.
So the offer is 2,000 today, another 500 a month while he catches up, if we can help with the interest. Is that what, am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
The treasurer's office would be okay with that.
Worked out. I'm okay with that.
Okay. You got an offer?
Mr. Chair, then I would like to make an offer that we accept a payment of $2,000 today, and we will waive the interest of $1,157.12. And then we will accept monthly payments of $500.
Thank you very much.
Just hold on.
Would you be waiving interest on the other years or just 2019's?
Just 2019 for right now.
Okay.
And then the $500 a month until we can correct it, so.
And at time, if he misses payments, what'll happen?
Based on that, how long would it take him to catch up with the,
That would be,
$13,000.
a little over 2 months to get just the 2019s. And then he'd have to start over on the 2020s. With 500, yeah. So it's $1,070. So
Okay,
basically 2 months. And then he'd start on the 2020 taxes, which we're in the same situation again in January with all the fees and costs being put
yeah, but
on.
that gives him a few more months to try to sell it.
Right.
And so I would kind of like to take it, give you till January to see if you can get it sold and get this caught up. And then maybe we have to come back and have another visit in January.
But what about the interest in the other years?
We haven't waived them at this time. Right now, we're talking about the 2019 taxes. And so this would give you the opportunity to have 2019 taxes paid off within 90 days, basically.
Yeah, and the thought process there is that gives you time, number one, to make sure you can handle that 500 a month. And then if you can, great, then you can come back to the treasurer's office and talk to them, and maybe we can have another conversation about the interest at that point in time.
Thank you very much.
So we'll take a little bit, buy you some time,
Thank
and
you.
then see if we can take care of it.
I appreciate it, sir.
Questions? Nope. We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the treasurer's office will be with you. Make sure you make your $2,000 payment and then $500 a month. And you've got basically 90 days to pay the 2019 taxes.
Thank you,
Okay?
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
she's doing a very good job, actually. She call us ahead and everything.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Ava, if you want to go down to the office and ask for Jennifer. Okay, next parcel is RPPOC 430800, last name of Hadley, first name Lamar, and care of Hugh Hadley. They are both deceased, and the daughter of Hugh Hadley indicated that her mother has no interest in this property. Can't find any other heirs, so I would say tax deed on this one.
And this was just a little triangle.
It is.
Piece of property.
Yeah, just that teeny little piece up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, I would make a motion that we accept the treasurer's recommendation and take this one into tax deed.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, next parcel is RPVTA 000100, last name of Hines and Hinote. And Mrs. Hinote is deceased. I spoke with Mr. Hines. He does not want this property, and he said just let it go to tax deed.
Okay, motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion that we accept the treasurer's recommendation and take parcel RPVTA 000100 in tax deed.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Did you want me to add the parcel on that previous one? You okay?
All right, next parcel is RPGHM 012500 in the name of Tina and Jeffrey Junod. And it is in care of a James Johnson who lives there. I'm not sure if he is here. Oh, okay, so I,
Go ahead and come up, please, and introduce yourself.
I'm James Johnson.
Okay. So you're behind on taxes to 2019, that's what we're talking about right now?
Yes, sir. What's been going on is Tina and Jeffrey Janot are deceased, and it was left in the care of Derek Janot, is the one that I signed out the quitclaim deed for. And he previously left the state and everything, and when I called the tax office, come to find out the quitclaim deed hadn't been fully processed. And so we're trying to figure out what went wrong there, what we're missing to get it completely done. And then the property, the reason why I'm behind on the taxes is because, well, my father passed in December. On December 2nd, he left me about $8,000 in the hole, and I'm on a fixed income. And so I've been trying to pay his funeral expenses and everything else off.
Okay, for 2019, which we're talking about right now, it's $1,452.62. The original tax amount was $796.28. So what are you asking of this board?
Is there any way that I can just get an extension on it or anything, because I can start paying towards it next month? Well, the 24th of this month is when I can put something down on it.
And what would you do as a monthly payment? What would-
Well, I can get $600 on the 24th, and then I can possibly do anywhere from $500 to $600 on the next 24th.
Okay. Comments? Questions? And so the 24th, is that, what's changing in your life that you're going to be able to make a $600 or $500 payment?
I finally got my disability back. They took my disability because they said that there was fraudulent charges because mine and my dad's accounts were tied together. His was through the VA. He died on the 2nd. On the 1st is when I paid for all the bills, and they told me that he was already dead, which no, there wasn't. You know, I had to go to court. It took me 3 months to get all that crap settled. And they finally granted me my disability back because there wasn't any fraudulent claim that didn't follow through.
Okay. So, basically, how many months to pay it off?
Well, if we were not going to waive anything, he's owing just under 1,500. So it would take, if you were to
3
pay the
months.
600, yeah, about that. I just want to say also that he has been in the home and trying to keep up on the taxes every year. I've been in contact with him quite a bit. And had the paperwork been completed as it was supposed to, the homeowner's exemption, taxes would have been in half. Now that he is on disability going forward, he will get most likely he'll get a circuit breaker, PTR. So moving forward, just so that will put him in a better position for the future.
So I would kind of take under advisement a little bit what we did on the last one. Waive the interest. He makes the payments and he is up to date within 90 days.
Okay? Interest only on 2019? Okay.
I would accept that. That's what I was doing.
John,
Yeah, I'm fine
same
with that.
thought. Could I have that in a motion?
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPGHM 012500, I make a motion that we waive the interest for 2019 in the amount of $327.11 and accept monthly payments in the amount of, I forgot what those were.
600 to start with and 500 to 600 after that, but in 90 days each should be paid off.
Yeah, so I'll just give him 90 days to pay that off and can work out the payments with the treasurer.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Next parcel is RPCPP 078004 in the name of Lisacatos. First name is Nick. This is a piece of bare ground along several properties. He has no known heirs. This has actually taxes owing back to 2017. There was an issue with the deed and how it was it was in a different name for several years, so we finally got that situated this year, so we're able to move forward with tax deed. And I don't know if anyone's here in regards to this property or not. I have not heard anything from anybody.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPCPP 078004, I make a motion we accept the treasurer's recommendation and take this one in tax deed.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 Okay, next parcel is RPRRMDS001802 in the name of James Skelsey. I'm not sure. Oh, there he is. I've been talking with him, but I haven't seen him yet, met him yet. Yes.
I'm Jim Celsi, 4JJ. Good afternoon. I am prepared to pay the treasurer some money today. On my 2019, I had paid $500 on it in May of last year. I didn't realize that it wasn't all paid, and my mistake. I'm not disabled. I'm on Social Security. I do plan to possibly go back to work, which I've done that a couple of times here. But I'm prepared to give the court or the treasurer $500 today. Yeah, I'm aware of the taxes. It got away from me, and I hope that maybe we could, maybe next month. I want to pay the 2020 also, but I would have to have an extension for that till next month. And I also have a letter here for the circuit breaker, which I have, I had 2020 with circuit breaker. I had missed it by the deadline the following year, and I do have a circuit breaker letter now, which for this year, which I have here, and it's been approved for $1,500, which will pay all of that taxes, I think.
For 2023.
For 2023.
23,
Correct. So, I also am in the process, and I've been approved for a reverse mortgage loan. So if you could waive any penalties, late fees, or whatever they're called, but anyway,
Well, if we follow the pattern that we've done, waive the interest, and then you have $500 to put down, that would pay 2019's taxes, and almost pay 2022's taxes, or
2020s.
2020's taxes.
2020.
Huh.
That'd be,
Well, the 500 would, he owes 708.47 if we just waived the interest on his 2019s because of the cost on there.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be 708.47.
Okay. No, okay, I see. I was just looking at the tax amount. Sorry.
That's good,
the tax amount was what, $33.95.
correct.
So
Okay.
that's been, 500 has been paid last May on that.
No, this is what's left owing,
Okay, $395.
correct, just for the tax amount.
Plus cost, plus late charges, plus interest. And
Okay,
what
so-
we've done is waived interest. So, like I say, there'd be $700, just over $700.
708.47.
What's your time frame for getting your property refinanced?
It's already been approved. I was talking to him just before I came in, and he was waiting for that. It has been approved, but he's waiting for a final letter that I would have had today. I don't think it's going to be a few weeks. He's been working on it, so I'm hoping it'll be 2 to 3 weeks, maybe by the end of the month, hopefully. And I could have more money. My Social Security, I live on that, but I'm okay with food. And then Misty said, make sure you got enough for food. I got enough for food, and I'm okay with all that. But I want to get it all current. I really want to get it all current. And also with this loan, it's called a LISA, which I have a letter that I've signed, which will make sure you get all of your tax money when the loan closes. Paid up all the way through.
Well, I'll tell you that this is a property that I keep getting complaints about becoming a salvage yard. So,
Well, let me address that.
I know, no, I'm just saying that I know that our people have been out there and talked with you. And
No, they haven't. No one's come out to talk to me about it. I've come in and talked to him about it.
Okay.
And I've come in and talked because I have a complaint.
Don't start there, or this'll be over.
Okay?
I'm just saying, I'm getting a lot of complaints, so it needs to be taken care of.
I've been working on it.
Okay,
And I will sell the vehicles and get rid of the vehicles. That's the only thing it is some vehicles. Other than that, I take care of the weeds, I plant the trees, I put the gates up. I have
Okay.
one person that's pretty adamant about complaining about everything on my property, including me personally, that
Okay.
he complains about. And I don't want it to be over, I want it
Okay.
to work with you, and I've been working with him and the other people in Bannock County.
all right, I expect that to be taken care of. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, motion on this one?
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion that we accept the $500 payment today and give Mr. Scalesi the 90 days that we've been talking about to refinance his house and pay all of his taxes. And if he can do that, I'd be willing to waive the interest on everything if he can get everything paid off in 90 days. If not, the interest would stay, but we'd take care of the interest for 2019.
Okay, we have a motion. Any questions on it? Have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I'll be back with a cashier's check.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay, the next parcel is RCSPK 000402 in the name of Stephen Seiler. I don't know if anyone is here to, I don't think so, okay. I have not had any response from anybody on this property as well. I've written the neighbors a letter asking if they're interested. I've not heard back. It's just that little tiny strip right behind that property. It's in between all of those, but I would say take it for tax deed because I haven't gotten any response.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRCSPK 000402, I make a motion we accept the treasurer's recommendation and take this property in tax deed.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, next parcel is RP RCHTS 005400, was in the name of Faye Tolman, now in Leslie Hill. And I believe she is here. So this property just was put in her name about a week ago. Her mother is deceased now. And so she's been trying to take care of and keep up on everything and get everything moving in her name. And I'll let her kind of speak up to what she's going to ask for today.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for listening to me today.
And please announce your name.
Oh, my name is Leslie Hill, and I apologize for even having to take your time. This has not been an easy process for me, mostly because I don't know how these things work. But basically, I moved here to take care of my parents in 2010. I moved into the home in 2012 because they couldn't be on their own. My mom, at that point, my dad had passed. And so I've always been there. I've never not been there. I have to take these off to see you and put them on to see paper. I apologize. I didn't know at first that my parents had left me the house, which was very kind because I took care of them for about 6 years. And I knew it before they passed. And so I've tried to, they left quite a bit of debt, tried to figure out how to get this done. I started working again in 2017, and between 2017 and 2021, for this property, I paid over $16,000 of the back and current taxes. The thing that wasn't happening was my name wasn't getting on the deed. And the attorney said, no problem, we'll file this form. I have that form here that he filed in 2018. And he said, now you can have your name put on the deed. Just go to title. I'm sorry if this goes long, I apologize.
You're good.
And just go to the title company, they'll do it. Title company said, well, first of all, there's a loan on this property, and I knew that. I was paying on the loan myself. And you have to get that paid down, and you have to have several $1,000s so you could go through probate. And so we've kind of been on this cycle for the last few years. And I kept paying, and what happened is I lost the resident exemption?
Homeowner's exemption.
Homeowner's exemption. And so it virtually doubled the taxes. Just as a point, and I turned some forms in yesterday that I thought were part of this hearing. My misunderstanding, they're part of something else, but I think you've had access to them. But basically, it shows that I paid on the 2019 taxes. Sorry, I'm nervous.
You're okay.
Are you looking for the amount?
So the 2019 taxes that I have paid on is a total of $2,120.40. And I paid those funds in '21. So I know that there was some fee and interest that was due on that. During '21, every year that I was working, and I was working on a computer all day long as a care caseworker for Medicare patients, and then was put on a specialty team when COVID came on. My eyesight has been going downhill abruptly. In 2021, the doctor said it had gone down what he called 2 steps, meaning that now I have much stronger glasses than I had 6 years ago. It really became a problem because I'm having a lot of eye fatigue and headaches. And I tried to get a part-time job with the company. They said there were none available. And so I made the choice to stop working and rely only on Social Security. I don't have another retirement. I'm a single mom, raised my kids, then came here and took care of my parents. I'm not trying to create some kind of sob story. Life is really scary right now.
So what would you be able to do?
So,
And what are you?
I'm not able to do much of anything, to be honest, but what I'm asking for is, if you look at that and see that in reality, until about, was it 3-4 weeks ago, I didn't know anything about a quitclaim deed. And that I could have done this years ago with my sisters, my siblings who are surviving, were fine with doing it. I didn't know about any of this, and because I wasn't the homeowner, I wasn't getting anywhere. I've been calling the tax office for a few months, just leaving my name, and wasn't getting anywhere. I got a hold of Misty because I walked in the office and just said, even if this person I'm calling isn't there, I'm going to sit here until they're available, because I don't know what else to do. And Misty came in and was extremely kind and gave me a suggestion of a couple people to talk to. That's when I found out about quitclaim deed. I acted on it immediately. My sisters sent the information. We got it all. I filed that. So now the property's in my name. But all these years, I feel like it shouldn't have been that that exemption was taken away. And if that exemption were reversed and it's allotted fees and taxes, I wouldn't owe anything for 2019 right now. And so I guess that's what I'm saying is I don't think I'm taking away or not paying my fair share. I think I'm asking for the fairness of everybody who is a resident. And because I wasn't given the right information by my attorney, title company just said, see us when you've got a few $1,000s. I didn't know about this. And as soon as I've known about it, I've tried to jump into action. I've tried to follow exactly what was told. Misty has been very helpful by listening to me and being kind. She also said that I should file for the homeowner exemption now, which I did yesterday, and I have that form here. So I've done everything I think I should do, and if you look at my income, you'll see that no, there's really not much extra there. There's absolutely none. This, while I was coming down to actually file the first, the quitclaim deed, my car broke down, and I was stuck in the middle of the street. And I generally have a very reliable car, but it's an older car. And this had never happened, but it apparently was the alternator. And so groceries aren't being bought this month, and a lot of utility bills aren't being paid because they wanted $800 to get me on the road again. So it's scary because I don't have the backup of finances. But I believe if you looked at those numbers and took away what would have been not charged to me to begin with, and its related fees and interest, there wouldn't be an amount owed for 2019, and then we could maybe look forward to what we could do about the other years. But that's what I'm asking your help with today.
Okay.
I want to pay my fair share, but I feel like it's been a burden beyond what I should have had to pay, which in 17 and 16, I already paid those double amounts.
Thank you. Your suggestion?
I have a couple, there's a couple different options that I've kind of made. I
read
know
the
she
first
applied
one.
for a hardship, pardon me?
Just read the first one.
Just read them one, okay. We would support to cancel the 2019 and 2020 taxes, late fees, and interest, and pay the cost only within 90 days. That would be the first option and recommendation.
That means that in 90 days, you'd have to pay $132.10.
No, $304.10,
Where are you
That's
looking
the
at?
cost of 304.
the cost.
So within 90 days, I would pay $304.
$304.10.
I can do that within 90
That's the
days.
cost that
Okay.
the county accrued.
Okay, I see. I'm on the right page now.
The other would be to waive interest for 4 years and give an extension. She's applied for a hardship as well. So if she comes in for a hardship, I believe we'd be presented with the same situation of possibly doing some cancellation. But she is correct in the fact that she lived there and had things been done properly the homeowner's exemption would have been on their taxes, would have been about half of that for all these past years, and the 2020, 2021, and 22 as well. It will be on there for 2023's.
Comments?
Must be getting late in the afternoon. My heart is softened.
And I just want to say the moment she did contact our office, she has done everything immediately and been right there and been in constant contact with our office.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RP RCHTS 005400, I would accept the treasurer's first recommendation of waiving all the taxes except for the cost and have that paid within 90 days.
Okay.
So the $304.10.
Yes.
The taxes for 19 and 20.
Yes.
Okay. Questions? All right, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we waived the taxes. You have the cost, $304.10. And you need to go down to the treasurer's office and make arrangements to make them up payments within 90 days.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
That's so far beyond what I was even hoping for. I appreciate it.
Well, we do have hearts. Some people disagree with that, but we do.
Oh, I never, again, you're not the problem, but so much misinformation or lack of information. I'll go down there. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you, Wesley. Okay. All right. The next parcel, last parcel, is RPNG 1003300 in Chamois, Yakovic.
Sorry, I recognize that number. It's incidentally like my driver's license number. It's 103300F. So, I don't know why.
Okay, introduce yourself, please.
My name's Shami Yakovic.
Tell us what you're asking.
I am asking for a lot. I'm asking for all the fees to be taken out of my taxes, and then I'll just pay the straight up taxes in full. I have a couple of reasons. I bought the house. It was a meth house in Pocatello. The cops were going there all the time. I bought it, and I've been paying taxes on like a $200,000 property. It wasn't worth that. It wasn't livable when I got it. I had to scrap the whole basement. I took the walls out, tore them down. I mean, I had to reconstruct the whole inside of it. So what I was being taxed on wasn't the value of it. That's probably my fault. I don't know if I mean, the county had been there multiple times. I figured they'd know about it. But, so that, and, so I went to prison, back in 2004. I got out in 2010. I was a good prisoner. I did my recovery. Once I got out, I did extra stuff. I did an aftercare from the TC program. I did a 9-month program at the end of my prison term. And so they put me in aftercare afterwards. I completed that and then ended up mentoring the other girls. I've done more speak outs for any volunteer, more volunteer hours for anybody at the Idaho Meth Project. I mean, I was just really on a road of, helping people with recovery. But I decided I wanted to buy this house because I thought, well, I'd seen a girl get out of prison, and she went to a halfway house, and quite frankly, the halfway house lady was high. I could tell took her over there to drop her off her stuff, and this lady, notably high. And so I was really bummed out that there wasn't any place for girls to go to get a chance like I had to get clean and stay clean. So I decided I should try to help with that. I bought the house to make a halfway house. As I was going through the purchase of the house, I found out that it couldn't be because it's got to manifest the neighborhood it's in as single-family dwelling. And so, I mean, that's fine. I could turn it and make a halfway house or whatever, get it cleaned up so it's at least not a meth house in Bannock County, which is what I did. And while doing so, I hired, had a TC sister that I did recovery with that was living in Power County. Her and her boyfriend were having some problems because she had relapsed. As far as I knew, he'd never done meth. He did have handy skills. I let him move his camper and trailer into the big driveway so he could work on the house and kind of keep them apart. But I did have the stipulation, she's relapsing in meth. She can't be around for right now. I mean, I can meet her in a public place and talk to her and help her out, but as far as her being in my dwelling, I can't because I am a persistent violator in the state of Idaho. So I can't, even take the chance of being around anything like that. And that was all right for a while, but she got a job in Alaska, and they decided to move out. They had flight plans for in like 2 weeks. Well, they relapsed on meth. He had her over, and so I had to evict him. So during that process, it's November. Well, November 5th is when I went over. I'm needing to winterize and take care of stuff, and so I followed the procedure, let them know I'd be over, gave them notice, went over there, couldn't get in the back door that I was trying to get in, and so I went around to the front, and I went in, and he flipped out. He was, I heard a meth pipe drop. I know I did. I mean, glass, it's just a sound that is distinct. So I was trying to get the police over, and he was shoving me around and shoved me down into the basement. Well, I was trying to take a video so I could protect myself. And so I had my phone. It's going a little long. I will keep it rounded up. What that has to do with
We heard part of
this?
this last year.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Okay,
You was
so,
here, and last year we forgive $1,000 and give you a 90-day extension. And this is a rental, it's not
And it
your
was
residency. And so each year, we're coming back to the same thing. You're not paying your taxes.
I
and you
plan to
haven't made a
address that
payment.
too.
You haven't made a payment since this agreement that we made last year. After the 90 days, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You just made up for 2018's taxes. And I remember one commissioner last year telling you, you ought to probably just sell the place.
Yeah,
And
I plan, I
we can't
can't
tell you
address
what to
that.
do, but we can't keep forgiving year after year taxes. It just can't happen.
Yeah,
So there's got to be a decision here. You either come up with your money and pay your taxes, or we take it for tax deed, or you sell it,
I'd like to address the residency issue.
okay?
Okay, so that is absolutely the only property I own. It's the only thing I have. So now I do live across the street, kitty corner to it, with my boyfriend. He doesn't own that house. It's in the estate of his brother. We're taking it over to take care of the payments because his brother was murdered in the house, and it created financial hardship on the family, obviously. So that's why we're in it. But I don't have anything that's mine.
But it still comes down to.
It's still
it
my
is yours.
security.
It is yours.
It's still the only security of a place
You
I
move
had to
into it,
live.
you get homeowner's exemption.
I mean,
What
because
you-
I can live in the other house, but at the mercy of somebody else. It is the only place I have to live if
Well,
I need a place to
I'm
live.
just telling you that we can't do this every year. We can't come
I
and
get
forgive,
that.
we can't come and forgive $1,000.
What I'm asking you to
in
do
fees.
is forgive the fees from now. I'll pay you the middle of next week, and I'll never be delinquent again. Because now, after being put out of my field, I'm CNA, a very good CNA. I actually took care of that Gary Kerness guy.
Okay.
But
So
I
you
can't
said-
do that in Bannock
You
County.
said you'd make this payment.
Mhm.
If we-
Because now I have a new
You're
trade.
asking us to forgive interest? What are you asking?
I'm asking you to forgive the interest and the fees, and just let me pay the taxes and catch up. Because, I mean, I've kind of taken a loss with getting served a battery. The officers came, I was locked in the basement that was boarded up. An officer had to let me out, and I got the battery ticket. Okay, that's put me out of my field. I'm a CNA. So you see somebody who's getting their life right after prison, has a battery, and it just got dropped because the other person didn't show
I'm just
up?
saying, this is the same conversation we had last year.
Because last year I was put out of my field too, and I still didn't have another career.
Well-
Now I'm a window tinter down at Dave's Glass and Tint, and I'm starting at 47 to learn a whole new career. So I got it now.
well-
Now I make good money.
I'm just telling you, this isn't gonna happen.
Again,
We can't keep doing this.
hopefully, can you help me this time?
Well, I'll let these other two commissioners talk
Think
right
about
now.
it. I'm sorry
I
if
wanna
I
see
seem
what-
like but it's very
the feelings
stressful
are.
for me. I mean, this is
Commissioner?
very real in my life.
Okay, commissioners?
Well, I agree with Commissioner Moser. I mean, we can't do this year after year, so.
What I'd be willing to consider is we give her 90 days to bring the taxes current. If she can do that in 90 days, then I'll waive the interest. And if she can't, then we go to tax deed.
2019,
I would love that.
correct? Okay.
You only have to give me 30.
So that'd be waiving $1,362.96 of interest.
But you can't do anything about the years I'm not in this proceeding for? I
No.
mean, can you help me with my
Not
last?
at this time.
I need to see some action.
See, I don't want to have to keep coming to this to ask to have some fees taken off. If you can see some action, can we talk about those?
Well, you've had a year and you haven't done much of anything, so I'm giving you 90 days to prove to us that
Okay.
what you said you'll do,
Okay,
and then, yeah, you can come back and we'll have another discussion.
okay, I would so appreciate that. That's all I'm asking for is a chance.
Okay, would you make that in a form of motion?
Yep, Mr. Chair, on parcel RPNG 1003300, I would like to make a motion that we offer the appellate 90 days to bring her 2019 taxes current, and if they are brought current in 90 days, we will waive the interest, the 2019 interest of $1,362.96.
Questions?
Nope.
You have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Thank you, I really super appreciate it.
you bet.
I'll be seeing you because I will get that paid.
All right, that'll be good. The others that are here,
These are just people to observe.
oh, okay, okay. We had some that already paid, and I didn't want to make sure that you wasn't here
I know these three.
to pay. Okay,
Right.
okay, I just wanted a confirmation there. All right,
Thank you, commissioners.
thank you.